All right, Din, stand down. Take your tiny green baby and go over there. We're not talking about you today. Oh no! But from The Mandalorian, we're looking at the new Black Series figure from Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series range. Bo-Katan. Kryze. I always forget how to pronounce her surname. But it is indeed The Mandalorian. This is the second figure I have had based on the Mandalorian series in this new packaging. Third Mandalorian figure I've owned, because The Child was a separate release. I love this design of the Black Series packaging before we begin. Like the little window up top, so you've got a sense of what's in the box. Window around the side. It's a gorgeous set, and I'm recording this in late April 2021. I haven't been to a collector's store. I haven't been into a comic book shop or a toy shop in 14 months. Which, now that I've said it out loud, is quite depressing. That's weird. But one thing I have noticed is, based on like the shape of these boxes and the new sort of like bent sleeve design, how gorgeous it's going to look to see a bunch of these like in a row, especially with each individual sort of chapter within the Star Wars franchise having their own color-coded spines. Mandalorian is this deep orange color. That's a wonderful illustration of Bo on the side. Bio write-up on the back says, a gifted warrior, Bo-Katan Kryze is a legendary Mandalorian. She refused to align with the Empire's occupation of Mandalore. This is the 10th figure, apparently, in the Star Wars Mandalorian wave. Ooh. I don't know if a version has been made available of her for the Black Series based on her appearance in Clone Wars. I can't say whether she appears in Rebels or not, because I've not got up to beyond sort of the first few episodes of Rebels, so I couldn't vouch for whether or not she rocks up there. But Ahsoka, for example, Ahsoka Tano has now had a figure based on one of the cartoons, and apparently there's one coming up based on The Mandalorian. So maybe this is one of several Bo-Katan figures we've had. I'm not sure. All I know is I've liked what I've seen of her in the Clone Wars. I thought Katee Sackhoff performing her in live action is quite cool, because it's like, oh wow, yeah, the voice actor is also the actor on camera for the part, because as well, age-wise, it's roughly correct. She's much younger in the Clone Wars era, and this is set after the original trilogy. So yeah, I really enjoyed the character in Mandalorian Series 2 when this came up for pre-order at the end of 2020. I was like, get me some Bo-Katan. Without further ado, let's Bo-Katan her out of there. It doesn't work. Not an adjective. Or a verb. Another little side note I want to bring up is something that the Marvel Legends started to do a couple of years ago but has stopped. And it appears that the Black Series Star Wars figures are taking up this mantle of the plastic of the packaging being completely separate from the cardboard. You open this up top and slide out the plastic tray with the cover. So the two pieces of plastic that make up the packaging are separated, meaning less risk of incorrect recycling, because of course people will just pull out the plastic parts, then throw them away in the plastic recycling, and then put the cardboard in the cardboard recycling. Hasbro, please keep doing this. Thank you. Bo-Katan. Can we start off with that sculpt? The sculpt is gorgeous. That is a fantastic likeness of Katee Sackhoff. The character is very sort of unusual, what I like to call compact Gwen Stacy. The headband and short hair. The hair is quite bright, but then again, I would rather it be bright and be dimmed in the lighting you use for, display and photography than it be a dulled version of her flame red hair. Let's take a look at the articulation. So, also first off, height-wise, slightly shorter than Mando. So, there we go. There is a little pivot. Oh, it's quite stiff. Be careful, and swivel in the ankle. There is a single joint in the knee that does a pretty decent job. Very close to how, the double joints are on, say, like the Mandalorian figure, for example. For armored characters like this, or characters with knee pads, yeah, please keep doing this. This is great. Swivel at the thigh. A bloody socket joint at the crotch on both legs. She doesn't have a waist swivel, but her holsters are rubber, so when you're turning or moving the legs around, you have a nice bit of freedom. She has a little crunch in the abs. So like just slightly lower than the ribs. Socket swivel joint at the shoulders. Bit stiff, but the elbows bend to a good 45-degree angle, and her hands are both articulated with a downwards and upwards gun cock motion. Her head has got two joints. The bottom of the neck is set within the rubber costume, so it has a bit of flexibility. And then her head at the top also has room to flex as well. So she can be quite expressive in her motions. Be a bit cocky. Huh? But that's good. I like that. I like that. Especially because, you know, the character has short hair, so the head movement isn't impeded by sculpted hair, and as a result, you can get maximum posage. Let's have a look at her accessories. She comes with a Mandalorian jetpack. Standard. That's a little peg at the back there. So that goes right into the peg that's on display. She comes with two pistols. Two like this. Worth noting, though, that on one of them, namely this one, you'll see that the brown paint on the handle is uneven. There's a big gap. That came off in the sellotape that was holding it in place in the box. So when you're removing these, please be very, very careful. They, of course, have holsters on her belt to put those pistols, and her helmet, her Mandalorian helmet, because, of course, she is of the non-traditional, non-archaic Order of Mandalore. She removes her helmet willingly and often. There's a nice shiny black plastic for the visor. The paint job on the insignia is beautiful with like natural, you know, obviously man-made, but natural scuffs on it from combat. There's even the ridge work at the back, but there's even like some gentle scarring on the top of the helmet sculpted in, like dents and scratches. Ariel is... I was going to say is not flexible, but guess what, Mother Lumpers? It is! Be very gentle, but the giveaway was inside the helmet. There's a tiny little joint, so if you wanted to do targeting, she can pull that down in front of her helmet. Should we take a look at what how she carries off all of her accessories? That wasn't a full sentence. Should we take a look at how she carries off all her accessories? Oh, she looks good. Like, what a great design. The helmet sits quite comfortably on the head. You just got to smudge it on, like the Jango Fett original release, which I've got on a shelf up there, but I shall not reach for him. You can see, like, you know, a bit of the neck and the jaw based on which angle you're posing her from. But, yeah, the guns sit brilliantly in the holster. They sit very comfortably in the hand. Helmet sits great on the head. Jetpack looks fantastic. This is a damn fine Black Series figure. If you are a fan of The Mandalorian, if you're a fan of the Clone Wars, if you're a Bo-Katan fan, that also didn't work as a pun. Or if you're just looking to expand your Mandalorian characters. Because again, I don't collect the Black Series hugely, but I have a Jango Fett, I have a Boba Fett, I have a Din Djarin, and now I have a Bo-Katan Kryze. If you're looking to expand your Mandalorian collection, absolutely add her. She looks so cool. What are your thoughts on this figure? Do you own it? Did you enjoy the review? Is there anything you'd like to know more about? Leave a question down below in the comments, or your own review of the figure down there too. If there's a figure on my Amazon wishlist, link in the description, that you're happy to buy, then hey, that'd be amazing. Thank you so much. I will give you a shout out, obviously, in the video and review it to its fullest. And if you're thinking, hey, don't make me buy you toys, guess what? You don't have to. The option's there for anyone who just fancies it. You can support the channel by commenting, liking, sharing the videos if you think other collectors might benefit from viewing this. And of course, this channel is also where I dump all my gaming playthrough videos and occasional bits and bobs of other stuff. This is just stuff I do on the side because it makes me happy. Anyway, all the love in the world. Hope to see you all again soon. This was the way. She doesn't say that.